Okay, this is the 2017 Trance 2 aluminium. So I'm going to give my impressions starting at the top. Alright, grips are fine, didn't even notice them. Brakes, not bad. Actually, really good. This is all SLX drivetrain. Brakes are easily as good as my couple of year old XT brakes. Great stopping power. Reach adjust on the levers. It's not tool free, but it's easy enough, just a small Allen key. Dropper post is not great. It does the job, but when you pop it up, you've got to release the lever for a good half a second before you sit on it, otherwise the seat will drop down half an inch or so. Not a deal breaker, something to get used to, I suppose. Just not as slick as the dropper I'm used to. Seat's really comfortable. I like the seat. Like the seat a lot, actually. It's really nice. Nice and narrow. A couple of times trying to get used to the dropper, basically just had to jump off the back of the bike over a drop or something like that. And nice narrow seat, can just slip between your legs, no problems. Fork, definitely stiff enough. 34mm stanchions. Not quite adjusted for me yet. When I picked it up from the shop, it didn't really have, had basically too much rebound damping on the front and the rear, so I've been fiddling with that a little bit. I've swapped the position of the left brake lever and dropper post remote, because if you want to operate the brake lever with your index finger, you just can't reach the dropper when they're swapped around the other way. So I've swapped around this way, and much better. The only problem is minor niggle. I don't seem to, I don't know how to, swap these two around and get them with the same relative spacing because of this indicator. Presume you can do it, I just don't know how to do it on this model. Right, medium-sized frame, seems fine, perfectly adequate. I feel very far back on it compared to my Trek Fuel X9 from 2011, but I wouldn't say that's a bad thing. Feels like you've got a lot of sort of placement control over the front end. It feels like you can pick up the front end and place it anywhere you like when you're sort of going up technical climbs and things like that. I did manage to get it up Quarry Track Hill, just. There's no way you could do it with flat pedals, and it took a more than normal amount of balancing skill to just stay on the bike, but I managed to do it. I suspect I could probably do it 7 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10. I don't think I'd nail it every time because it was a little bit touch and go there for a moment. Now this one I don't think has a 42, oh sorry, I think it has a 46 tooth granny ring on it. I was trying to find this before. So we've got 2732, what does this say? I don't know what that says, might be 36 or 38. That doesn't look like it, definitely doesn't look like a 46 to me. I'm going to guess that's probably a 42, I think. Yeah, I just can't see any stamp on that that tells me how many teeth are on it. There's a stamp there, but I can't read it. Could be 40 even. No, they're all the same, those ones. Anyhow, what else? The wheels are the same internal width as what you get on the Trance one. They're just not carbon. I haven't even noticed any difference with the wheels compared with my 26-inch Trek. I'm running fairly large tyres on my bike. I think they're 2.35 inch on my bike. Not sure what these knobby nicks are. They look about the same. These might be fractionally smaller, maybe. I just can't see a size on that tyre. The tyres are pretty good. They've got good grip. They do slide a bit, but it's very progressive. Doesn't really catch you out, so I'm happy enough with those tyres. And the one by drivetrain is lovely. This SLX drivetrain is really nice. I know it's new, and they're probably all nice when they're new. Even so, it's very light. It's got a longer throw on the lever than on what I'm used to. The levers are plastic, which is, I guess, what you get on a lower grade group set, but fine enough. And I'm sure the price of the replacement parts like cassettes is going to be pretty good too. I didn't notice much difference, if any, between having the clutch off and on the rear derailleur. Shifts really nicely either way, and the clutch is actually sort of tightened up, so it's not like it's turning it on as having no effect or anything like that. What else? Feels like a very soft bike. And again, that's just going to be the setup of the suspension. But it definitely feels like it could take much larger jumps than what I'm doing here at Lysterfield, that's for sure. I feel pretty comfortable on it size-wise. It feels maybe a little shorter than what I'm used to, perhaps probably because I'm running a longer head stem, but the sizing otherwise is probably very similar. Like I said before, I'm well over my weight is much more over the back wheel on this thing than on the Trek. What else could I say about this thing? No, I think that's about it. So to sum up, I don't know what this thing's worth. Probably 3 and a bit. To be honest, I don't think I would buy this bike, given that I've got a fairly serviceable Trek at the moment. I think I'd be very keen to see if I could get a 1x drivetrain on my Trek. It's a 10-speed, so I don't know if you can get a 1x on a 10-speed. If I could get this drivetrain on my Trek, there'd be no way I'd spend the money on this bike. I would just basically put this drivetrain on my Trek, keep the suspension serviced, and be quite happy, because as I said, I didn't really notice any difference between this wheel set and my bike. I did actually notice a couple of times on some larger drops the rear wheel rubbing on the frame, so that's telling me I definitely can't go any softer with these tyre pressures. I don't know what's in here. It's whatever it came from the shop. I'll check it when I get home. They feel reasonably firm. I'm going to guess that's 25, 26, I think. PSI, that is. So yeah, you're definitely not going to be able to run these tyres any softer than that, because you are going to get rub. You can see there's not a massive amount of clearance in here with these tyres. So maybe the carbon rims will cope better. If they're stiffer, they're not going to flex as much and the tyre won't rub on the frame. Alright, I'll carry on.